Thank you.
Straight after the break, cosmetic surgery results without going under the knife. The new weight loss miracle cure that promises zero downtime.
It's been called the new lipo. We're going to check it out for you next.
With our ever-expanding waistlines, it's no wonder liposuction has become the most popular cosmetic procedure in the world. And with demand must come supply. So doctors from Harvard have come up with a method of freezing your fat, giving you all the results of surgery without going under the knife.
Now what you'll feel is it all sucking up in there. Okay, can you feel that all drawing up?
Yeah.
It feels a bit weird.
It does.
Don't worry, you won't disappear down the tube, okay? I promise you.
What? It's called CoolSculpting. This new innovation allows you to drop kilos without diet or exercise. Dr. Joseph Ajaka from Cosmos Clinic performs this procedure, and Andrea Paulson recently had some CoolSculpting done. Cool. Guys, hey, good morning. Joseph, what is that? How does it work?
So as Kylie said, a group of researchers, a very reputable group from Harvard University, found that if they dropped the temperature of fat cells, those fat cells died and then were processed through your body in the same way that you eat fat. So as you can see, you can sit on the machine there for an hour. The vacuum sucks up the fat cells and drops the temperature, and 20 to 25% of those fat cells disappear. So you lose about 1 to 2 centimetres from your waistline.
In one hit?
If you have it in the tummy and the love handles, yes.
Oh my God. So just so I'm clear, it brings this fat to the surface but still under the skin, and that's why then it's close enough for this machine to freeze it. Is that right?
It brings it into the vacuum. So the vacuum has a suction which sucks up.
But it's not sucking it up through your skin, is it?
Yeah, your skin goes in there as well, and it looks...
skin goes into that thing?
Correct. So you have to be able to grab the area of fat. If you can't grab the area of fat, you can't be treated. So, you know,
so
you need to have grabbable fat.
Is your fat coming out through your skin into the machine?
No, it's not coming out through... No.
Freezes it.
It freezes the fat and the skin. But leaves the skin intact.
Speaking here, you've got the whole thing here. It's not plugged in.
So I can't walk around here.
So show us, where's the thing?
This is the vacuum. So there's a vacuum.
So you've got to
here
have enough fat
to be able to suck it up into there.
So your tummy's got to go into that.
See, I can grab my fat, so I'm suitable. But in some people, you can't grab their fat.
Don't be looking at me.
Larry, let me have a feel.
You just keep that head turned to the right.
Do something for the show. Chuck a bit of fat in there.
And once the fat's in, it's like putting fat in the... You've got to be able to fit it into the refrigerator, if you like, you know.
Right.
And once it's in the refrigerator, it lowers the temperature.
To what?
To below zero,
right.
Okay, and then those fat cells die off. Now, about 20 to 25% of those fat cells disappear and die off, and they're processed through your liver in the same way as which you eat fat.
Like waste, you then
correct.
You eliminate it.
You eliminate through your liver, yeah. And
Hi, Andrea. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Sorry, I'm just thinking if I've got enough fat to grab or not. I'm just going with that. How are you today?
Good.
Welcome to the show. Now, you've had your fat grabbed and frozen and sucked out, right?
I have, and it wasn't all that bad.
Right.
It was actually a really simple procedure. It was something that I decided to do. I heard about Cosmos were doing it, and I've always been
Is this you?
It is.
See, I'm looking at that stomach on the left. I wouldn't have thought there was enough to suck into that little device, but there is.
Yeah,
wow.
And I think I've been always really conscious about what I eat, and I exercise, but I just had a little bit of stubborn fat around my stomach that I couldn't get rid of with diet.
Is it gone for good, or when it melts, does it go back to where it was before it was frozen?
Yeah, those
like
fat
a homing
cells,
pigeon.
Like a homing, So
those fat cells are dead. They're gone for good, those fat cells. I mean, you can still get fat in that area because there's other fat cells there, but it's harder to.
So other fat cells don't race to get back there? Like that would be my...
No, the number of fat cells that you have is set in your body at the age of around 18. So your fat distribution of how your shape is set around that age.
How much is this
Joseph,
cost?
yes.
It's about $850 per session.
I see.
It varies from about $750 to $950
right.
throughout the country.
Do you have a vacancy at 2 vacancies at 11:30?
Well, we can do it right now.
Yeah, just leave the machine here. I'll do it to Kylie. Kylie will do it to me. Pretty easy, right? Just grab the fat, chuck it in there. Listen. Sorry, go on.
Do you need a whole heap of them though? Like, do I need
it's not.
It's
a great question. It's not a dramatic change. It's a noticeable difference. So on my sister-in-law, we did one side at the beginning of her love handles, not the other side, and then she got pregnant. So when she was pregnant, you could see that one side grew bigger than the other side.
But couldn't you
can definitely see that there was a difference.
You couldn't do it while you're pregnant? No, not at all.
No, but there's definitely a noticeable difference.
God, that was rotten timing,
it's not dramatic.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Gee. You are
Great.
so contemplating this.
I'm on the way. Can you grab my fat?
Do you
and
know
just see if
what?
it's-
I'm sceptical about all these machines that go bing. I
Yeah.
really, really am.
Yeah.
But then you threw
What
in a
about the ones that
Harvard.
go?
Then you threw in a Harvard,
Yeah.
and I became all interested. So this is Harvard guys came up with
they're
this.
reputable. They invented laser hair removal and fractional lasers.
Right.
And an independent study in the last week in the US compared it to all the other non-invasive types of fat removal machines, and this was found to be by far the most effective and the safest.
And it's not the Harvard TAFE in Bangkok. It's the real Harvard.
It's the big Harvard.
The real one.
Okay,
It's not the one from China. It's the actual real one.
Do you know what? That's a lot of money. I'm just going to go and stick my tummy in the freezer and see what happens. Could you do that? Like just try, like.
Yeah, but you need a vacuum. You need a good vacuum as well.
Oh, I could just sidle up to that. I've got one of the upright freezers. Put my whole body in there and lose a whole.
Great to see you.
Same.
We'll be seeing a lot more of you in the next 24 to 48 hours.
Look forward to it.
I tell you what, I'd have those calippos and that ice cream out of that freezer so quick, and my tummy's
They
sitting
initially
in there.
found it in the 70s when kids were sucking on popsicles and they realised their cheeks were getting thinner. And that's how they initially came across it. So that's how it all started
Really?
in the 70s when they noticed that kids were sucking on popsicles and their cheeks were getting thinner.
Thank you, Joseph.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much. And lovely to hear your first-hand story too. Thank you.
How much?
Up to 850, somewhere between 7.
You're not talking about breast size again, are you?
Thank you very much for coming. Just ahead for you, Princess Di's wardrobe on sale. Find out how you can get your hands on some royal history soon.
But first, Glenn protects your hard-earned pennies.